So when I was working on the parasitic drain of the battery on the 2006 Volkswagen Jetta, I use this diagram here. This is the layout of the fuse panel under the hood. And I went through and measured the voltage drops across each fuse and recorded it here. And then I could look up and see what the current is that's going through that fuse. So say, for instance, this one here, SB8, it's 15 amp fuse. I recorded 3.1 millivolts across the fuse. And so you go over to this chart, 3.1 millivolts here, and you read across to a 15 amp fuse, and that's 702 milliamps. And that's about what I was reading when I pulled the fuse out and put my own amp meter in line with it. I was getting about 7/10 of an amp. And so now that I fixed the wiring, that there was a broken CAN bus wire in the driver's door harness. Now that I fixed that, I go back now and I can see the readings are more normal, and I'll show you what they read now. So here's the fuse panel. You can open the cover up here and see the fuses inside there. And so what I do is I have a voltmeter here, and I set it to the millivolt scale. And I'll take, this was one of the fuses right here that I was reading a large amount of current on it. And you can see when you put one probe on there, you get a lot of reading. It's just picking up noise. So you have to make sure you're making good connection with both connections. And you can see now I'm getting 0 for that one. That used to read 3.1. And another one here was this one here, the 5. And again, I can put the probe on there. And that one's reading 0. So I've eliminated the parasitic drain. You have to be careful when you make the connection with the fuse here. They're exposed in the back. You have to be careful and make sure that you are actually making contact. It's not that easy to get the probe in there. And you can tell if you're not, you'll get some huge reading like that, and it'll be varying widely. And normally when that happens, it's because you don't have a good connection. But when you have a good connection, it should be just like touching the two wires together like that, and you would expect to see 0. And so that's how you go through and measure. You can look through the fuses and figure out where the current is being drained through. And in my case, it was the modules and the CAN bus. And this also has to do with the CAN bus through the radio. And so I was able to figure out it was a wire and correct the issue. And I'm still going to keep my charger on there. It's I like how the car runs when it's fully charged. So I'm going to keep the battery tender on it because during this pandemic, I really don't drive it that much. So I need to keep the battery charged up. I hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck with your project, especially good luck if you have a Volkswagen and you're trying to track down some electrical issues. It can be tricky, and it's hard to find people that actually know how to work on them. So hope you enjoyed that video, and good luck with your project. Thanks for watching.